Coinlist is gaining momentum again, and it has just announced another community sale for Neon EVM. Neon EVM is just a smart contract built on Solana to offer like EVM environment for developers. So basically trying to steal Ethereum developers to Solana. A very noble aim to offer high transaction speed, low transaction fees, and the total value locked and liquidity of Solana and Solana downtime for the Ethereum developers. Anyways, I have a full-on deep dive into Neon EVM. If you would like to know how it works, I will leave the link in the description. The video is about a year old, but nothing has changed since then, and that already tells you quite a bit. So what about the sale? The sale is going to be on the 8th of June, and you will have to pre-register before June the 5th. The total supply of tokens for this sale is going to be 50 million tokens, and with a price of 10 cents per token, it is going to be about $5 million at least intended to be raised on this sale. There is no vesting for the public token sale tokens, and everything is going to be unlocked upon TGE, which is around July the 17th. The minimum buy of tokens that you can purchase is $100 for tokens, and the maximum is set as $500. However, with the new feature that Coinlist offered about 7 months ago, you can increase your limit or request to increase your limit up to $1,500. So you'll be able to invest $1,500 and basically increase your limit by $1,000. So let's now try to estimate how many participants are going to be in this sale and whether you have a chance to actually participate. So assuming Neon Labs does raise $5 million and assuming the average or median mean investment of $500 per person, that gives us 10,000 participants. And those 10,000 participants, out of those 10,000 participants, 7,000 are going to be chosen by Neon. So because Coinlist introduced this feature of Wallet Connect, you should connect your wallet that if you participated in the testnet of Neon or did some other activity for it, and this will give you a priority queue. So out of those 10,000, about 7,000 just if you did not participate in the testnet. So we are left with 3,000 available places for you to get in, and about some percentage of those, I don't know how many, are going to be allocated to the karma holders. So the more karma you have on Coinlist, the higher is your chance to get to buy the tokens. And those who watched my video about CyberConnect and Coinlist updates already have more than 1,000 karma, so good for you. And here we go with another token sale. And you can, of course, also watch that video if you would like to obtain some more karma for yourself. Now let's talk tokenomics. Somebody promptly created this great Dune page for it already, so I'll leave the link to it in the description if you would like to explore it yourself. But basically it says that the total supply of Neon tokens is 1 billion. 5%, as I already said, is allocated for the public sale. A bit over 16% was allocated for the seed round, and that was $40 million in total for the seed round in November 2021. It was led by Jump Capital and with participation from Solana Ventures, 3 Arrows Capital, and Spartan Group. But yeah, note that 3 Arrows Capital. And that gives us the price for early investors based on the total supply and how much they invested of 25 cents per token for the early investors. And here we go again with the price for the public sale being lower than for the private sale, which is, well, unusual to say the least, because like in the past years we were so used to being at least 10x from the seed round, and well, something is happening. Everything else from the tokenomics you can see for yourself. As I already said, I will leave the link in the description. There is not much that stands out apart from the 15% allocation for the founders, which is quite a bit in comparison to other projects. And I would personally prefer it to be lower, but again, it's quite an arbitrary number, and because everybody is going to have a 12-month cliff and a linear vesting, so including the founders. Now let's talk about the green flags and the red flags for this sale, so you can decide for yourself whether it is something for you or not. So the green flag number 1 is, of course, the idea. The idea itself is awesome. You can just create the best of both worlds kind of thing. So the throughput and the low transaction fees of Solana and the developers from Ethereum. So you offer the liquidity of Solana to those developers, and you also bring more users and more developers to Solana. So this is great. However, again, Solana, well, it is controversial. Many people consider it a great blockchain. However, many people are concerned how centralized it is and how much downtime it has, even with not so many validators. But nevertheless, it is still a big blockchain that many people respect and consider great. The next green flag is that the sale takes place on Coinlist, which has been known for very good investment for many people and for quite a few years, I would say. And also, if we go to the Twitter score is 106, which is quite a good. It's not the best, but it's a good, I would say it's a green flag for Neon EVM. And there are some tier 1 funds that are following it, including Coinbase, Jump Capital, which is a good sign because it is it's not ashamed of its investments, so to say. Delphi Digital and Multicoin Capital, A16Z, and Electric Capital. So there are quite a few that are following it. Then also the price for the investment that we offered is lower than that for the early investors, which is a very good thing, and it is quite a surprising thing, to be honest. And the timing is also very good because you saw Pepe boomed and it was ridiculous, and seemingly people are very eager to invest at least into something. So when the market is trading sideways and there is an early opportunity to invest with a 100% unlock at TGE, I'm sure there is going to be quite a bit of interest. However, despite all that, there are quite a few red flags that I would like to point out to. First of all, the GitHub of the Neon EVM has been quite inactive. So if we go to Neon Labs GitHub and also Neon Foundation GitHub, they do not seem very active. They might have developed the project some time ago, that would be a good excuse, so they were just waiting for a good time to pop out the sale. But in that case, why is it still running in DevNet and not in mainnet? What's more, it only has one public developer that contributed to the project, which is questionable for a project that had $40 million invested into it. But to be fair, it's not the most innovative thing. It's just wrapping tokens and transactions on Ethereum into Solana. So it's just a wrapper. It's not something super innovative, but still useful. I'm not really dissing on that too much. As I already mentioned, it's still in DevNet and not in mainnet, which just raises a question: when are we going to expect the mainnet? And probably around TGE, but again, we don't know about that. And it's not just another red flag, which is quite a particularly interesting one, probably connected to something legal or tax related. So basically, it's not just one organization, but Neon Labs created a non-profit organization called Neon Foundation and transferred all the rights and all the developments of Neon EVM to that foundation. So basically, Neon Labs does not really stand with Neon EVM anymore, and it is the Neon Foundation, which is a non-profit, which is, interesting. There are two more things that I would like to point out. The first one is that Maria Gorieva, the CEO of this project of Neon Labs or Neon Foundation or whatever we are gonna call it now, she had some projects in the past, and it's not to kind of diss on her and diss on a project too much, but those projects didn't go anywhere. Of course, she probably has gained some experiences, but if we go into the websites of those projects, neither of those seem to be operating at the moment, and it's kind of hard to understand what happened to them. And the last thing, but probably not the least, is that 3 Hours Capital invested into it, which is, if you're not familiar with 3 Hours Capital, it went bankrupt last year, and it was quite a big case, quite a loud, noisy news about that. That's all I have for you about the Neon EVM and its token sale on Coinlist on June the 8th. If you found any information useful, or if that's what you are looking for, please give this video a like, and thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next one.